The following story contains adult themes and depictions of violence and trauma. This podcast is not for children. Please be advised.
As the end of the year approached, the maids needed to prepare for the ball. Every step and stone was to be shining. These past few days have been difficult for me. My fellow maids are relentless in their snide comments. Anything I do gives them a chance to criticize me. If I rise too early, then I'm getting ready to meet one of my many lovers. And if I take a break, then I have absolutely no work ethic and no reason to be here. Their newest conquest has been my lipstick. I have no idea where it went. I assume they took it, but I'm trying my best to stay positive. I have many things to be positive about. I'm safe and sheltered. Amisha does her best to help me when she can, but she isn't able to be in a million places at once. Zane is another ally of mine. If anything gets too extreme, I suppose I could go to him, although I wouldn't want it to seem like an abuse of power. I have Jacob. Jacob loves me dearly. He is able to make any bad day better. I'll admit I haven't seen much of him in these past few days, but I suppose he's just busy. I'm positive that I'll see him today. Today is different. Today is Jacob's birthday, the 23rd of Dimitri. I always romanticize the idea of having a birthday in winter. It wouldn't be so hot. I wouldn't fret over how the thickness of my hair left me sweating. I could wear long, thick cloaks that kept me the perfect amount of warm. Jacob had told me before that he asks for his birthday off each year. I don't have that same privilege, but my shift ends at noon. Only a few more hours until I can see him. Has the prince requested tea today?
No, nothing today.
Oh, that's odd. He hasn't requested tea all week. It's very unlike him. Yes?
He's probably realized what you really are.
I'm sorry?
You know, a gold-digging slut.
That's fine. My shift is just about over anyways. Everything is going to be fine. It's just a bad day, it'll pass. Besides, I had better things to worry about. I still had to pick up the cake I ordered for Jacob. How strange, they haven't soaked my bed today. This is the first time I've had a dry bed in a few days. One day I'll have enough money to leave this job and the torment that comes with it. I could find some place in the city to work. Perhaps I'd even own a place of my own that I could call home. I made my way out of the castle. The bakery I ordered from a few days ago was quaint and cute. I wasn't so sure about what to get Jacob for his birthday. He could afford anything he wanted, which made it difficult to buy something for him. However, I know he has a bit of a sweet tooth, and this bakery seemed to be a favorite of his. It was pricier than I expected it to be, but the results were beautiful. Jacob? Are you in there? That is so strange. He isn't working. Where else could he possibly be? I roamed around the corridors searching for him. He wasn't in the dining hall, nor the garden, or the entrances. The castle was so large, yet I felt like I was going in circles. Oh, there he is. He's walking with another man. Jacob! It was as if time was moving slower when I saw him turn to glance at me. He looked sad. And then he turned back away, walking at a faster pace. That's very out of character for him, especially if we'd arranged plans. Perhaps I imagined it? I have been very tired as of recently. I went after him again, quickening my pace. They turned a corner before I could reach him. When I reached the corner, he was nowhere to be found. This is the first time I've seen Jacob in 2 days. The last time I saw him was when we were in the garden. Did something happen? Is he mad that I didn't wish him a happy birthday earlier? Has he been avoiding me this entire time? Did I do something to make him angry? Did he hear the rumors? Does he think I'm a gold-digging slut? Oh, Goddess, what do I do? I should just give him time. Something could have come up. Perhaps there was an emergency or... No, that doesn't make sense. He was laughing and talking to his friend. Ah! Sorry, April. I was just lost in my thoughts, and I didn't notice you cleaning the steps.
Oh my goodness, Rilliane, you're always lost in your thoughts. Look, the step is all scuffed from your dirty shoes. I have to clean it again now.
I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to fall.
That's the issue with you. You never mean anything. All you do is roam around the castle with your head in the clouds. I don't have the opportunities you do. I can't just sleep my way up the board. I have to work. And if you're going to be a nuisance, why don't you stay out of the way? Nobody wants to be around you anyways. You probably have diseases or something.
I put in just as much work as you. I even do it without the unnecessary cruelty.
You think you're so high and mighty, don't you? It's ridiculous. Everything gets handed to you. You treat this entire establishment like your playground. You've even got a dozen boy toys to play with.
I'm not going to deal with this. I just want to sleep my sorrows away. I'll see you around. Any plans made with Jacob are going to be put on hold as he obviously doesn't want to see me. I crossed paths with a butler, but he stopped me.
I was asked to deliver this to you, mademoiselle.
Thank you. The royal seal on the envelope tells me that it's most likely the prince who wrote this to me. A letter seems so formal. What could this possibly be about? Has he heard the rumors as well? Am I going to be fired? It seems that my lipstick is no longer missing. In fact, the tube is right there with the cap off, right on my bedsheet. It's been used quite a bit. I can only assume that the word slut written out in red on the sheet is the reason why. I'm not going to cry. I refuse. My sheets are going to be stained with that word. Nope. Not crying. Time to read this letter.
My dearest Rilliane.
How endearing.
I hope that you are enjoying your promotion. You really deserve it with how hard you work. Amicia speaks well about you.
It's nice to think that somebody believes I work hard.
I wish to formally invite you to go with me on a stroll in the garden, maybe even have tea, with you as a guest, of course. I'd like to get to know you better, and I hope to hear your reply.
It seems Zane isn't angry with me. Perhaps I'm overthinking everything. There could be a logical explanation for it all.
Oh my goddess. Who in the hell is JD?
Can she not read in cursive?
Rilliane, you're involved with another man? I always knew that you were whoring around with the wealthy, but this is just outrageous. You must be a real go-getter. What position are you after next, huh? Head maid?
Kimbra!
Careful, Amicia. Rilliane's coming for your job.
Go wash the next load of laundry.
What? It's my day off.
Go do it anyways. And make sure to wash Rilliane's sheets while you're at it.
You can't make me work on my day off. It's unlawful.
Would you rather pack your bags? Because you can leave if you'd prefer it.
Are you threatening to fire me? 'Cause I haven't done anything.
There is lipstick on your hand, dear.
Ugh.
I'm so sorry. Are you alright?
Could be worse. Could be better, too.
Honey, I know this is bad timing, but the prince is requesting your presence. It's an emergency.
What happened? Is everything okay?
I'm not so sure, to be honest, but he's angry. Be careful.
My heart hurts and I don't understand why. It's strange. What I'm doing is right. I'm protecting the both of them. Am I being selfish? Considering how everything is, I'm nothing but selfless. Would it be wrong to just go after her after forcing something like that on her? It was my fault for letting this go on for too long, yet it's still my fault for not asking her. At this point, does she even want me around? Does she even see me the same way that I see her? It's frustrating. I have to act like everything is fine when it's not. Maybe I can get some sort of answer out of her. Am I having a panic attack? Why does my heart beat this fast? It's confusing. You may enter.
Greetings, Your Highness.
Was she scared of me? I didn't mean to terrify her. I just wanted to talk. Take a seat. I presume you know why I want to talk to you?
Your Highness, I can't do this anymore.
What?
Your Highness, please don't believe them. I'm not the whore that everyone makes me out to be. I can't take much more of the torment here, Your Highness. Please just fire me. Get it over with.
Rilliane, what are you talking about? Rilliane, please, look at me. Here, take this.
I'm sorry, Zane.
Don't be. You have a lot on your plate.
Are you mad at me because of the rumors?
I'm not mad at you at all. What rumors are you talking about, dear?
You haven't heard them?
I can't say that I have.
Why did you call me in then?
I just wanted to make sure you got your letter.
Amisha said that you were angry when you told her to summon me.
I've just been having a bad day, dear.
Me too. Zane, I just can't take the harassment here anymore.
You've been getting harassed?
Constantly. It's almost as if it's happening every hour. I can't sleep at night because my bed keeps getting buckets of dirty water poured on it. My personal belongings are being stolen, and I get berated each time by the same maids calling me a whore or a slut. I just can't work like this, Zane. My reputation is damaged beyond belief, and I don't think I can take any more of this. Please just dispose of me.
What are these rumors about?
I've been in a courtship with Jacob for about 2 months, and once I started becoming your maid, they've been telling everyone in the castle that I'm sleeping my way up. Now Jacob is just avoiding me altogether, and I think he might believe these rumors. Maybe he hates me now, and that's why he's shutting me out. Now there's a new rumor going around saying that I'm sleeping with a bunch of men, and I just don't know what to do anymore.
This is partially my fault. I didn't think about the public reaction to something like this. Jacob put her in a bad spot, but I made it worse. I'm sorry I let this happen to you.
What?
I'm responsible for everyone in this castle. I should have paid more attention to my staff. Harassment like this isn't acceptable. Everyone here is supposed to work and get along. You shouldn't have to suffer the consequences of my carelessness towards the castle staff. I'll take care of this. All of it. I'll make you some reservations to stay in one of the guest rooms whilst I sort this ordeal out. I'll have someone move your things and I'll reimburse you for anything that's missing.
Zane, you don't have to.
Rilliane, it's what's right. I failed you as a boss and even more as a friend. I promise you, this won't happen again.
Sometimes it feels like you are the only person who really cares about me.
After a couple of hours of talking and calling in Amisha for a new arrangement, she left. Before she walked out of those doors, I remember the bright smile she gave me as she waved goodbye. It was like she took a piece of my heart with her. Maybe tonight I'll sleep in my room again. But before that, I know that you're there, Katayan.
Yes, sire?
I'm aware that you were there the entire time.
With great reason, sire.
Then you must be aware of the task that I'm about to give you.
Yes, sire.
It mustn't trace back to its original source. Are we clear?
Crystal.
I'm intrigued to see how this will turn out.
How long does it take for a maid to clean a single parlor room?
Be patient. She's most likely slacking off somewhere.
What a fine establishment DuPoint Castle is. Why do you think he even wants us doing this?
I'm not exactly sure. Katayan received the orders first. The prince was awfully vague when he told me.
Wow, I thought he told you everything. What's he doing sharing secrets with Katayan?
I know better than to question Prince Zane's intentions.
Ah, Captain Kina. Would you like me to return later?
Pay us no mind.
Of course, Captain.
I identified the maid as Adeline Hoffman. Employed for the past 3 years, a Tier 2 maid who had a tendency to be particularly chatty. The ball is in 3 weeks. Have you gotten all the security measures prepared?
Outside threats are not going to be an issue. Security measures haven't been this tight in years. However, I'm a bit concerned about the staff.
What do you mean?
Ever since the assassination attempt, I've been wary. Although we interrogated every member, there were no arrests made, so I did some research. Everything seemed to check out, until I saw this one maid's background check. It was so minuscule, nobody would have noticed it.
Aurelia, what did you find?
Kimbra Tananka, this Tier 1 maid who's been employed for years, claimed that she was raised in Valenvale.
I wasn't born in DuPont. I don't know what that means.
Ah, sorry. I recognized the village name, Valenvale, from somewhere. I couldn't quite place my finger on it until I realized that village is new. I'm talking about 10 years new. Kimbra is nearing 30. She had to be raised somewhere else. So I looked up Valenvale. It was built on the rubble of Montessor.
I played dumb once more. I have to make sure the maid can understand everything she's hearing.
The village of Montessor used to be the heart of the rebellion. It was the rebels from there that murdered Princess Dahlia. Kimbra Tananka lied about being from the dead rebel village.
Oh, pardon me. I can be so clumsy at times.
Yeah, so I don't want to make a scene, but after everything that's happened this year, I just think being cautious is best.
Of course. We definitely have to look into this more.
She's funny. She's literally running to go tell the word.
It's disturbing how quickly gossip gets around. How does anyone keep a semblance of privacy here?
Like I said, 2 Point Castle truly is a fine establishment.
I awoke in the guest room Zane provided me with. The luxury was strange. It was the softest bed I had ever laid on. The large window offered a plentiful amount of natural light. A chandelier hung from the ceiling, candles burnt out from the night before. It was the best sleep that I've gotten in a long time. It was really kind of him to do all this for me. People are truly wrong about him, calling him ruthless, a killer, selfish. From what I've seen, he's anything but selfish. Yet the way he held my face, wiping away my tears. Something about that moment gets me flustered. Isn't it wrong to feel this way at least? I have Jacob, even if he is avoiding me. But something's different about Zane. Yet I can't give up on Jacob. I love Jacob. Oh, Inyo, do I love Jacob. But how long can I take of him avoiding me? You'd think on a day like yesterday he'd want me around. I haven't done anything wrong. All of this is just strange. I can't really tell what's happening anymore, but something feels different. I looked around the room astounded by its beauty. Cyan-painted walls adorned by white bricks. Mahogany furniture standing out on the white marble floor. My one tube of lipstick remained on the vanity next to a handkerchief. On the corner, Zane's name was embroidered in a deep blue. Zane Elijah de Monte. I didn't know that his middle name was Elijah. I should probably return this to him. I need to wash it first. A spice scent wafted past my nose that smelled familiar. Was it the handkerchief? It had the scent of cardamom with a wispy undertone of bergamot. It smelled expensive and highly exotic. I wouldn't expect any less from the prince, yet I don't think anyone has ever gotten close enough to really know his scent. Other than me.
Hey there, it's me again, and I just want to say thank you so much for listening to episode 6 of He Who Forsakes the Crown. Guys, this was the longest month ever, and production was pretty difficult this month. If you guys weren't aware, a hurricane hit the south. I'm not sure of the exact region, of course, but it hit southeastern Louisiana, and that's where a lot of us are based. Not me, but a lot of us. So putting this episode together was pretty difficult. But we're here. It's here. It's happening, and you're listening. And that's great. So now I'm going to say all the basic things so I can go to sleep. Follow us on social media. That's going to be Chapter 15 Studios on Instagram, Tumblr, also TikTok. I think a lot of you are coming from TikTok, which is pretty surprising. Follow us on Instagram. I do more on there. You could also follow us on Twitter. That's going to be CH15 Studios, and we're not going to address the issues I have with it. This episode is coming out on October 4th. Happy October. I love Halloween. I think Chapter 15 Studios is a very Halloween-based company because of all the gothic we got going on. So we're pretty excited for that. And after this episode, the next episode will be out on November 4th and then December 4th. And fun fact, next episode is actually the beginning of the act finale. So the act is going to be wrapping up in December, and then we'll be back up again in January with the second act. And we are so excited. I'm not going to keep you for too long. I know you got listening you want to do. Again, we appreciate all the support. You know, in times like these where it's really hard, your support gives us the motivation to keep going. So thank you so much. I hope you enjoy the rest of the episode.
My dearest cousin, tensions are rising in the south, and I fear that a war will be waged soon. Kilahara has been destroying any supply ships that enter their waterways. If we're not careful, I believe that they'll try to take the Isle of Mei Li. If Kilahara takes it, then we may get stuck in another religious war. Visit us soon.
You may enter.
Thank you, Your Highness.
It's early. What do you need?
Your Highness, I've been working here for the past couple of years, and I appreciate everything that you've done for me, especially promoting me to head maid. I'm honored to the highest degree, but...
But?
I would like a raise, Your Highness.
And why's that?
Your Highness?
You heard me.
Well...
Amisha, you've been my most loyal maid for the past 8 years. You've never seen money as an issue before. I just want to know why you want a raise specifically now.
It's my mother, Your Highness. I need the money to pay for her medicine. In the western region of DuPont, there's rumor of a plant that can help lessen the impact of the Willow's rash. My mother has been suffering from it for the last couple of years, and I'm willing to take any risk to see her in good health.
Amisha, you're a very smart girl and you served me well these past couple of years. Now tell me, where is this rumored plant supposed to be coming from?
Near Sayeda, Your Highness.
My estate there.
Yes, Your Highness.
Very well. I am to give you Sieta, but for a price.
Your Highness, I can't afford...
Not for money. I need you to find a cure to Willow's rash. That's all I ask.
A cure to the Willow's rash?
You study medicine, do you not?
I do.
Then you're capable.
But, Your Highness, what about my job?
I can take care of finding a replacement. The economy there is farming-based, and 1/3 of the major crops are to be sent to the capital. Pack your things. I'll send a carriage for you tonight.
Thank you, Prince Zane.
Don't disappoint me, Lord Amisha.
Why'd you do that?
We need a cure, and I know I can rely on her to find one.
Aren't villages like that worth a lot of money?
They are, but it isn't a loss to me.
And whose loss is it?
Yuri's.
Your mercenary's own land?
Yuri is the only one that I knew of that owned an estate. He was the rightful lord, after all.
How is it still running?
The people are told to stay away from the manor. The idea of being near the old lord scares them.
That doesn't explain anything.
Sayeta is loyal to DuPoint because we still fund their village. Most of our medicines and teas are made there.
Is that why you always drink tea?
Possibly.
I wonder how they're going to take to their new lord.
There shouldn't be a problem. If there is, I'll handle it myself. Thinking about certain past events just make me feel like I should visit her today.
Amisha, what's wrong?
Shh! Rilliane, we need to talk in private.
Amisha, what are you doing?
Rilliane, I'm leaving town tonight.
Did something bad happen?
Oh, honey, no. I got a promotion.
That's wonderful, Amisha. But why do you have to leave town?
Prince Zane promoted me to become a lord of a village.
Oh, Inyo. Congratulations, Amisha. I didn't know that was possible.
I didn't either. I was so shocked. I went over to his office asking for a raise, and he gave me a village.
I told you it wouldn't hurt to ask.
Okay, well, yes, you were right about that. Thank you. But I'm worried.
About what?
About how things will run here. And I'm especially worried about you.
What do you mean?
Are you going to be okay by yourself? Especially with, everything that's happening?
I think I'm going to be okay. I haven't even seen any of the other maids yet today.
Wait, really?
Yeah, I think they're absorbed in another rumor.
Oh, geez. They never learn, do they?
I'm going to miss you, Amisha.
Me too, Rilliane. If you ever need absolutely anything, you better write to me. You hear me? I won't be around here physically, but I'll always come back to help you.
Thank you, Amisha.
Now, go get to work. I don't want you to slack off because of me.
Yes, ma'am. I headed to the kitchen, prepping the tray of tea to bring to Zane. I know that it's early and he didn't ask for it yet, but I want to thank him. Your Highness? Are you in there? It's empty. Shouldn't he be here?
If I learned anything in the past couple of years, it's to not look down when you're scaling a building. There isn't an easy way to get into the tower. No one is allowed to see her, no matter what. Only a few of her ladies in waiting can go up the tower. So, I learned a way around it. Shit! That was the worst mistake of my life. I feel bad for not visiting her more often, but I can't get caught doing this type of thing.
Zane? You got up here again?
Yes, I did.
Oh, son, I thought I told you not to do that. It's too risky.
I know, Mother, but there isn't any other way that I can visit you.
I'm glad to see you, though, Zane.
Mother, I have a couple of questions. I've just been really confused as of recently, and I don't know who to go to.
Well, of course, son. What's been bothering you?
Well, there's this girl that makes me feel this certain way. It feels like there's something tight in my stomach, and my heart starts to pound. Every time I see her with someone else, it hurts. I don't understand why I feel this way, and how this is happening.
Oh, Zany, you're in love.
Is that what it is?
Most likely. Who's the girl?
Remember the man who tried to cure your Willow's rash?
Yes. Elliot, was it?
Yes. It's his sister.
Oh, I think he told me about her once. I can't say I specifically remember what, but Elliot was a handsome man. I have no doubt that his sister would be just as or even more beautiful.
Yeah. She is beautiful.
What's her name?
Her name is Rilliane.
That's a really pretty name, Zany. I think you have a catch on your hands.
Do you think Father would like her?
You know how your father is.
I know, but I'm almost 27. I should be king by now.
I know, Zany, and I'm sorry. You shouldn't have to take up your father's responsibilities while he does Minerva knows what. Zany, I know your birthday is soon, and I know you won't have time to see me. I want to take right now to tell you, happy birthday, son.
Thank you, Mother.
I hope things work out between you and that girl. I love you, honey.
I love you too, Mother. I'll be back soon. I hope that no one notices that I've been gone. That's the last thing I need right now.
It was strange seeing his office without him in here. Most of our conversations took place here. I rarely saw him outside of this room. The furniture was elegant and elaborately carved. Bookshelves lined the walls perpendicular to the desk. The windows behind his desk had a view of the garden. I could have sworn he had a different chair before. A taller one that matched the rest of the furniture better. This one looked like it was part of a different set. It was shorter and stained differently. For a prince, it seemed he was managing the kingdom entirely by himself. Where was the king? I hadn't seen him at all in the past 6 months. I should get going. I'll leave him a note. I don't want to be seen in here alone. Winter had begun. It was far colder in DuPont than in Arendelle, but I spent most of my time indoors anyway.
Telling you, I've been friends with Kimber for years, and she's never said a word about being from Montessori.
At that point, it's like she's deliberately not telling you about it. What in the world is she hiding?
Oh, Beatree, what if she really did have something to do with the assassination? I would hate it if anything happened here.
If she is, she's bound to be executed.
All I know is that she shouldn't be trusted.
Adeline is such a poser. She's running around telling everyone Kimbra's danger. I'm half convinced Adeline herself is a demon.
I'm sorry?
Right, so I heard about this book that describes demons and gives you telltale signs of when you're speaking with a demon.
Why is April speaking with me?
These demons, called succubuses, remind me of Adeline so much. Get this. Tall, busty frames with colorful hair, nocturnal tendencies, flirtatious nature.
I mean, I don't know much about Adeline to judge.
No, that's exactly Adeline. I mean, does she really think we don't notice that all of her uniform skirts are hemmed shorter than regulation? Nearly her entire calf showing.
We do wear stockings.
And she's always running around flirting with all the kitchen boys. I can't stand her. Anyways, I have to get back to work. I'll see you around, Rilliane.
What? Did April not pay any mind to all of the things she said to me yesterday? Is that how quickly rumors come and go? My hand still ached from where I fell down the stairs. I suppose it's better than harassment.
What a strange arrangement.
If I had it my way, it wouldn't be like this.
Why couldn't you have taken the stairs?
Not many people are allowed in, including me. Maybe a doctor, maybe some ladies in waiting. Even then, they're not allowed to be in direct contact with her.
You're in charge here. You have been for many years. Why can't you tell them off?
I'm not the king.
Why aren't you?
My father's ego.
He's past his prime. He should know that.
He's been like this since before I was born. He's going to stay king until he dies. I don't remember ordering tea.
Dear Prince Zane, thank you for everything that you've done for me. I hope to return the favor to you one day. I know that you're a busy man currently, but I wish to take you up on your offer. I'm not very keen with the garden around here, but it's a beautiful sight. I quickly washed your handkerchief this morning. I hope it isn't too damp still. Thank you for letting me borrow it. With love, Rilliane Duvon. P.S. I didn't know that your middle name was Elijah. I think it really suits you.
A dusty pink flower on the tea tray caught my eye. It was small, delicate, pure. I'll keep this with me. It could be of some use.
Cleaning was much more tedious. Attention to detail was necessary when the castle would be hosting guests in the upcoming days.
So I saw April scratching her arm again. Again? What's wrong with her? I thought she blamed it on the scratchy clothing. I don't know. Look, you didn't hear this from me, but I heard there's been an exposure to Willow's rash in the castle. No, that couldn't possibly be. But it explains so many things. Exactly. April is scratching at herself, and you've noticed her sniffling. April could very much have the Willow's rash.
You really shouldn't be spreading such rumors. It's harmful to the staff as a unit.
Who cares? If April has the Willow's rash, then I don't want to be anywhere near her.
Oh, great. This is going to cause a scene.
April doesn't deserve to be talked about in such a way.
Why? She held no sympathy for you when she told everyone that you were pregnant with another man's child.
That was her? And you knew about it?
Everybody knew about it.
I was almost fired over that accusation. My husband left me.
Exactly. Stop defending a plague rat.
How could none of you tell me it was April? We've worked together for years.
It was too much drama to be involved in. It was easier not to.
Well, I didn't get a choice in the matter.
Ladies! There should be no such disturbance in royal halls. This castle is a fine establishment, and it should be regarded like one. This behavior will be reported.
Wait, please, Monsieur Windham. I promise we'll stop. I can't afford to get written up.
Yeah, I really need this job, Monsieur. We were only talking. We'll stop it immediately.
If I hear any more talk like this, there will be consequences.
Thank you so much, Monsieur.
I couldn't help but follow him. Not to bring attention to myself, but only to calm my nerves and have him reassure me that everything is okay. He isn't ignoring me, he's just busy. Jacob! Jacob! Jacob? For a split second, I could see him glance at me. Perhaps it was shock or sheer clumsiness when I stumbled back and tripped over my own feet. But what mattered the most was the fact that after I fell, he didn't look back at all. Oh. It wasn't my imagination after all.
I'm not very familiar with fashion trends in the kingdom currently. What do you think will be on the rise?
Corsets are starting to be worn less and less. A lot of nobles have been wearing furs and silk this season.
Do you have any mock-ups I can look at?
Why, of course, Your Highness. I have a few on that rack.
Is there anything else?
Your Highness?
Do you have anything else?
What are you thinking of, Your Highness?
I want something soft looking. Not particularly in texture, but physically.
Is there any inspiration you're after?
Those clouds during the sunset at dusk. Those long, airy clouds. I want something like that.
I don't know how capable I am to accomplish something of that nature, Your Highness. It's very difficult.
Royals set the trends, correct?
Yes, Your Highness.
Then I'd like something like this to become possible in the near future.
There is a way that I can create this. However, this material is quite new. I don't know if this is particularly what you're looking for. Nothing like this has ever been worn before. It's a very hard material to make. But I believe that this can be crafted in time.
I like this.
I'm glad to hear, Your Highness.
I have high expectations for you.
I will not fail you. My apologies, Your Highness, but I have another question.
Speak.
What color would you like this to be?
Take this.
A winter's rose.
I hope you find inspiration from this.
The kitchen was packed as I've ever seen it. Every maid who worked in the castle was to be here. I could hear whispers and gossip about whatever it could be that we were called here for. I knew, of course, that it was because Amisha was leaving today. My heart ached. Amisha is my best friend. I've shared everything with her. I should be happy for her. I am happy for her. She's going to do amazing things. I realized that I wasn't going to get the chance to tell her about Jacob. I wished the goddess herself could come down and explain to me why Jacob acted the way he did. I fell and he said not a single word. Yes, I'm not the best on my feet, and Jacob knew this. When I'd stumble on our walks through the city, he'd take my arm in his and tell me that I'd never fall as long as I held on to him. He told me he'd see me again. Why did he lie? Does the ring on my finger even mean anything?
Adeline. I know you're the one spreading that rumor about me.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Don't play dumb with me. You may be a slut, but you're not idiotic.
I may be a slut, but at least I'm not a traitor to the kingdom.
Oh my goddess, everyone is being so dramatic about that. I've done nothing to forsake the crown. You are a demon.
I am a woman of faith. Accusing me of such things is outrageous.
I'm right, aren't I? Whatever happened to that suitor boy you fell for, huh? He ever walked since? Men around you are cursed.
Well, what about your mother? Huh, Kimbra? I suppose that the house fire must have been a cover-up for the truth. Your mother betrayed the kingdom just as much as you.
My mother was an innocent woman. You're a wretched being.
It takes one to know one.
Burn at the stake, you bitch!
You should have burned with the rest of your village.
The two proceeded to attack each other in a way I've never seen before. It reminded me of when I was a girl and I used to fight with my brother. However, he had never hit me as hard as these two were. Us other maids weren't exactly sure what to do. Where is Amisha? Do we stop this? I most definitely was not going to involve myself in this. Chatter continued chaotically. I could swear I heard a gamble on which maid would win. From the side of my eye, I could see Amisha walk in. She was furious. At her side was a short woman with orange hair and ornate red armor. She carried a red scythe larger than her. I recognized her from the dinner I had with the prince those weeks ago.
Captain Kina,
Let her go. The behavior all of you have exhibited in these passing weeks has been unacceptable. It's shocking to see that the staff of this castle, the crown jewel of the kingdom, have decided to regard it as a playground. If I'm recalling correctly, we don't hire children. So stop acting like them. Rumor mongering and fighting within castle walls is detrimental to Dewpoint's name. I expected you all to know this, and to be wary of this, especially with guests arriving each day for the ball. This is going to be the end of this ordeal. If it's impossible for you to keep your mouth closed, I suggest you resign immediately and find employment elsewhere. Because if I, or my staff, or if any other guard hears any rumor of any kind, we will find the source. Anyone participating in spreading such rumors will be placed on the next execution list.
Can they do that?
Yes, we can do that. These are direct orders approved by the prince. If you decide to break my orders, you are actively attempting to weaken the kingdom's state. Treason.
This all seemed a bit dramatic. Yet the other maids were terrified. Death was an outrageous punishment over some rumors. Yet they did look to do more harm than intended. Today was especially bad with gossip. I feel like every other woman I saw had been terrorized.
I'm aware that you women are changing management at such a hectic time, but that is no excuse.
Amisha hadn't even announced that she was leaving yet. She'd find time to say it later.
Get back to work.
He Who Forsakes the Crown is an audio drama written, directed, and produced by Chapter 15 Studios, starring Julia Orsborn as Rilliane Duvan, Eric Smith as Zane DeMonte, and Chada Lin as Seo Kokina. Supporting roles by Seo as Amisha and Adeline, Veronique Rose as Kitayan and Maid, Levi Coulter as Aurelia and Maid, Ranger H. Fox as Argus, Bella Cherish as Queen Rosalia, Nick Richardson as Jacob, Zoe Absher as April, Giselle Fausto as Kimbra, Andrew Bonilla as Butler, and Sabrina May as Koyomi and Maid. We hope you enjoyed this month's episode of He Who Forsakes the Crown. We'll see you next month.